40.
All right, Jackie, just as I'd mentioned earlier on, we are right here at the Micro, Small and Medium Enterprises Summit, the 25th summit that's happening in Nairobi. The last one was in Juba, South Sudan. I am now joined by Jabril, His Excellency Jabril, who is the Somalia ambassador to Kenya, to just speak to us briefly about his insights and his fast view of what this conference is about today. Thank you so much, Your Excellency, for your continued support, even with journalism and all this. Please speak to us about what your first impressions here.
My first impression today is that East Africa and Africa at large has so much to offer to the world. This is a small business, small business that is what we call the heart of a local economy or national economy. So what you see today is that a very ingenuity and creativity to African, particularly East Africa, showcasing what are capable from luxury materials into a very traditional African style. So it's very much exciting, and I think what you see here is really attracting the attention of the world, and I hope this will be a spread throughout Africa.
It's a beautiful time to be an East African today because we are seeing the inclusion of Somalia in the economic bloc. And just talk to us about Somalia's contribution this year in this year's conference, considering this is perhaps the first or the second one that they are coming, that you are participating in.
Well, as you know, that Somalia has joined East Africa just a year and a half ago, and this will be our second one. Last year was what we call a test or trial run for us. This year we're very much prepared. We have almost 100 Somali retailers are here, showcasing from produce, agricultural aspect of it, clothing based in Somali traditional culture. So we're very much excited, and you can see the energy in this place, particularly Somalis also bring into this environment today. I'm really excited to be here.
I think, and that biggest message that's being sent out there today is that Somalia is actually ready for investment, and so the East African community, traders, and everyone who's watching today would be interested in this. What's your final word to them as we continue with the conference?
The East Africa at large is open to business, particularly in Somalia. You have 18 million people joining East Africa bloc, making more enriching market, and I call international and local investors to come and take advantage of the market opening, of marketplace of Africa. And today's example is what you see today is example what Africa has to offer.
Thank you so much, His Excellency Jabril. He has just been speaking to us about Somalia's role after joining the EAC about a year and a half ago. That is the kind of activity you will be witnessing here today, where there's a lot to display. The traders, I think I'll be able to speak to some of them shortly, but we just want to show you what exactly is going on. We're seeing a lot of cosmetics, value addition stuff here. We're seeing woven garments. We're able to see spices and all these people. We'll be able to speak to some of them here. I think as a fan of groundnuts, and Wafula would be my witness here, as a fan of groundnuts, I think I'd like to speak to one of them. Niaje Baba, how are you?
I'm fine, thank you.
Which country are you from?
I'm from Kenya.
You're from Nairobi, Kenya? Great. So talk to us about what you're selling here today.
Okay, so I'm here with Vinken Curry. So Vinken Curry is a company that deals with the production of natural peanut butter. So what I mean by saying that is in our products there are no artificial additives. We only use salt as a natural preservative and also for that taste. Yeah, so we pride ourselves in manufacturing natural products.
For how long have you been in the business?
We've been in the business since 2012. Yeah.
Okay, great. So today, how much, for example, is your lowest price goods, and what is the most expensive one?
Okay, we have peanut butter that is 200 shillings. This is 250 grams. And the most expensive one is this peanut butter that has been mixed with simsim. It's a blend of groundnuts and sim. And this one is 800 grams and it goes for 800 shillings.
Great. For context, sim is amaranth seeds. So where else can people find it?
You can find our products at Clean Shelf Supermarket, and we also do deliveries. Yeah.
Have you been able to export to any other country other than trading in Kenya since 2022?
Not yet.
Why do you think you haven't been able to do that?
Okay, I think one of the main constraints to that is maybe the capital. Yeah, to expand our business. Yeah.
Great. How do you think it could be supported to have that capital, or that for you to be able to access the East African market better?
Okay, I think through our groups like the MSEA, they can help us to get the financial support in order to expand our business and export it to other countries like Tanzania or Uganda. Yeah.
Let me ask a personal responsibility question. Do you have your business records since 2012?
Yeah, we have them.
Or you do? You do have them?
We have them.
All the... You all pay tax?
We do pay tax.
Uko na items?
Yeah, tuko nayo.
Thank you so much. I'm just having fun with one of the traders right there who's saying their biggest goal has been trying to access the East African market, but that hasn't been possible because of the kind of capital outlay that is needed. Let me speak to one lady here who does apparel. And if you're joining us right now, just a quick update is that we are at the 25th Micro, Small and Medium Enterprises Expo that's happening in Nairobi after it happened in Juba, South Sudan. I am now joined by a lady here who has her wares displaying. Thank you so much for making time for us on NTV. Please introduce yourself and tell us what you do.
Okay, this is Joyce Oirimo. I'm the CEO of Sporton Enterprises. Sporton does a brand called Sporton Apparels. We are into uniform manufacturing, so we are doing uniforms and branded merchandise for companies, for schools, and even for individuals like yourself.
Great. So what do you have for us here today?
So we have such things. That is a branded bottle done for KCB. We have branded mugs, like these ones. We are doing hoodies, like this. Yeah, and all kinds of uniforms. You can see the shirts, hospitals, items. We are doing these hats for corporates, especially. Yeah.
Great. For how long have you been in this business?
This is 11th year. Yeah.
What's been your biggest challenge before you go to the wins? What's been your biggest challenge in doing this business?
Mainly finances, especially when it comes to now scaling. Yeah, because your business gets to a point where you're now looking to scale. And one of the major problems is really finances. You find that most of the institutions, you have the commercial institutions, are not willing to fund the small businesses. Or rather, maybe, I can say maybe also our structures need some work. But yeah, that is one of the biggest problems. Yeah.
Okay. Why do they tell you they can't finance?
Collateral is a major problem for most of us, and especially for us ladies. Find that they'll ask for collateral. The best collateral would be land, and we don't own any land. Ladies, our husbands are owning the land.
Then how do you possibly think that could be remodeled to accommodate the small and medium enterprises like yours?
Well, there is definitely something can be done. Especially in my sector, you find that there is machinery. We need a lot of machinery. So maybe they can consider taking that machinery as collateral. That would work for many businesses. Nowadays, they don't take that because they are saying people refuse to pay, and now they have to start being auctioneers. Yeah.
Let's talk about your good moments doing this business. What are some of those highlights of you running Sporton Apparel?
I think for me, of course, there is the big orders that come with very good rewards.
Simu ya campaign inakuja.
Campaign inakam. But there is also the satisfaction, really, just seeing the people you're supporting behind your back, both directly and indirectly.
Let's talk about the East African market, because we are under one economic bloc currently. Have you been able to serve any clients around the East African market, and what was your experience like doing business across those 7 or 8 countries right now?
Okay, at the moment, we haven't served any big clients regionally. We are still trying to get into that, especially through the KM, where we are members, by the way. They are really supporting that. And but yeah, we haven't had any experience yet. Yeah.
Thank you so much and all the best. And we hope you get business. The issue is the same. It keeps on, revolving around issues to do with financing and the like. I'm going to try and get an international exhibitor right here. Let me try get someone either from Uganda. Hi, ladies. How are you guys today?
We are doing good.
Where are you from?
Somalia. Yes.
Where in Somalia?
In Mogadishu.
So what do you have for us here today for East Africa?
We have systems, softwares that would help people farm better. Yeah, and apps too.
Okay. Do you want to explain better perhaps what the softwares are about?
Yeah. This one's Economy, helps with shipment. People can get orders directly from China. We also have a warehouse in Kenya, so you can try it out in Kenya. This one is project management. This one is helps farmers farm better, get credit scores, connect with the marketplace, and sell whatever they produce.
Great. Small and medium enterprises are faced with the challenge of record keeping. Do you have a solution for them around that?
Farmers, right?
Small and medium enterprises particularly.
Oh, small and mediums. I think for our systems here, we connect also small mediums. They can get records too, and this one helps them also have a record. Yeah.
Great. Thank you so much. All right, we've been able to get one person right there who's exhibiting something that's a solution in the technology field, and you know that's a topic close to my heart. That's my pet subject right there. Let me try and get you one person, again from another East African country who is exhibiting here today. But if you are just joining us, what is coming to you live right now are updates from the 25th East African Micro, Small and Medium Enterprises. We should not forget that these small and medium enterprises employ up to 80% of the total legal workforce, particularly in Kenya, and perhaps the data is way much more in other countries. The main issues continue to exist are formalization of this, financial inclusion, and of course issues to do with the tariff and non-tariff barriers for those of us who are exporting within this economic bloc. I'm still trying to get another exhibitor either from Uganda or from Tanzania, and just to get their perspectives, but I'll be speaking to anyone at this point. What is currently going on is His Excellency President William Ruto is going around interacting with the traders from a bit of a distance right here. If you can see that flurry of activity over there, that's where the President and his team and the CS for Cooperatives, Wycliffe Oparanya, are at, plus the Governor of Nairobi. That's where they're interacting with the traders. We are on this side trying to just pick a few nuggets from these traders. Allow me to engage. Yes. Please speak to us. Habari ya leo?
Mzuri.
Where are you from?
I'm from Rwanda.
Ah, Rwanda. Murakoze chane. Talk to us. Tell us your name.
My name is Selina.
Okay. And where is your stand, Selina?
There. Can I take you there?
Yeah, we could go. Selina, what? And yeah, we're coming. Thank you. All right, so I'll be speaking to Selina from Rwanda, believably Kigali. There you go. The live pictures you're seeing right now are from the East African micro, small, and medium enterprises. All right, great. Selina, let's start. So talk to us about what you're displaying today.
Oh, this is where we are displaying. It's customly made in Rwanda. Okay. Some quality shirts, and some dresses for women's. And then we have this set, beautiful set, dining table set. Okay. And we have also cassava flour from our country. This is what we are showing you today.
All right. So for how much does this 2 kg go for?
This 2 kg is going for, in 2 kilos, it's going for 400 Kenyan shilling.
My presumption is that you have conquered the Rwandan market. What is it like selling in Kenya?
Mostly we sell those shirts. They are very, people love them because of the quality, and I've seen so many people are buying those shirts. They are liking it.
All right, great. All the best, and thank you for coming to Nairobi.
Thank you.
In your language, you'd say Murakoze chane. There you have it. So much fun right here at the 25th Micro, Small, Medium Enterprises Expo in Nairobi, Kenya. Again, I'll be trying to speak to as many people as I can find, but I want to now get perspectives from either Uganda, Tanzania. We've spoken to someone from Somalia, spoken to Selena right there from Rwanda, and shortly later on we'll be taking you live to where the main plenary will be happening, presided over by President William Ruto. I can see a Ugandan flag here, but I cannot see either a Sebo or a Nyabo to speak to, but we will try to find someone. Please, come. Most welcome. Please speak to us and tell us what you are displaying or exhibiting today.
You are welcome just within our place, and we thank God that we are together with you, with His Excellence as well.
Yeah.
We are from Uganda.
Okay. What's your name?
My name is Ganga Janet.
Okay.
I'm a nurse by profession, but I have my research for the medicine. Okay. I always bring just super oil all over the country.
Okay, let's get closer to where your wares are at so that you tell us more about them and your manufacturing process. For how long have you been doing this?
More than 25 years. More than 25 years. I've been doing this type of medicine, which is medicinal for people who are with accidents. It could be stroke. It could be anything. Okay. These are part of my products. Okay. If you're someone who has stroke, pressure, diabetes, it could be arthritis, any incidents, it could be a full compound fracture. It's me who does it. This is my family, which is containing with the photos you see here. This is my last born. This is my father. These are my grandson. And that is part of the journalists who have come just in East Africa as the youngest journalist who is in his documents.
So it's a family empire?
Yes.
Okay, great. Talk to us about the standardization process, because the other issue we have in the market or in Kenya particularly is that proliferation of counterfeit goods. What is the standards body doing about your standardization, and are you finding it easy in Uganda to have your product standardized?
In Uganda, what we need to do to know how we move and what type of criteria they need. Like a URSB, we register. UNBS, we go. And we do our things under everything when they are already registered. To know that everything is clear and comfortable for our customers. And how easy people they can be meeting our services. Yes.
Have you tried accessing the international market, either in Kenya, Tanzania?
Right now, I'm in UK.
You are in the UK. Talk to us about that. Congratulations.
Mwanza, Rock City, I have a branch.
Okay. Great. I'd like you to talk to us about that process of market access.
Yes. The way the first thing you have to know is the approach. When you're doing any business, you have to be with capacity building. After capacity building, the way you approach in the country, handling and explanation. That's how we achieve. Yeah.
Thank you so much. And we wish you all the best with the family empire right there. There you go. Muganga Janet has just told us that she has been manufacturing the last 25 or so years, perhaps as old as this expo has been. And I am seeing the flag of Tanzania somewhere here. I want to engage our brother, Annie. Good to see you, sir. Asante sana kwa kufika katika maonyesho ya biashara ya Umoja wa Afrika Mashariki. Please introduce yourself and tell us what you're doing here.
Okay, kwa majina naitwa Ali Shuza, kutoka kampuni ya Shuza Food Processing kutoka Dodoma, Tanzania. Kwa kweli tumekuja kwenye maonesho haya ya jua kali nguvu kazi. Maonesho kwa kweli yamefana, maonesho yamependeza sana. Kuna bidhaa nzuri sana za wana Afrika Mashariki. Hizi ni kazi ambazo tunazalisha sisi kupitia mikono yetu. Lakini tunachokiomba tu watu wa Kenya mje kwenye maonesho haya. Ni maonesho ambayo yana vitu vingi sana, vitu vizuri. Mje mtoke majumbani, mje kwenye maonesho haya, mje mjifunze. Kuna vitu vingi sana, kuna bidhaa kutoka nchi zote wanachama wa Afrika Mashariki. Kwa hiyo msikae majumbani, mje muangalie, mtembelee maonesho. Kuna mambo ya kujifunza, kuna vitu vya kununua, kuna vitu vizuri kutoka Tanzania. Kwa kweli Tanzania imetisha kwenye maonesho haya. Imekuja na vitu vingi sana, kuna vitu vya Zanzibari vinapendeza jamani, kama hujawahi kuona vitu vya Zanzibari njoni muangalie.
Tuje tuone hapa. Vimbwanga kweli. Kwa leo naona hapa una asali na naona una vitu vingine ambavyo what we could say is value addition katika asali. Hebu tueleze tu tuna nini hapa? Naona bidhaa za nywele, naona ni kama naona uturi hapa. Hebu nieleze.
Karibuni sana kwenye meza yangu ambayo ni Shuza Food Processing. Tunakuwa na sabuni ambazo zinatokana na mti wa ubuyu. Kwa Kenya sisi tunaita mabuyu. Ni sabuni moja nzuri sana kwamba tunapata ile mbegu ya ubuyu, tunatengeneza ubuyu wenyewe ambao ni unga. Ambao hapa baobab powder ya ajili ya juice. Lakini kutoka hii hapa tutakamua mafuta. Mafuta haya hapa tukishachuja tutatengeneza sabuni ambayo ni hapo ni sabuni sana best soap ajili ya kutengeneza ngozi. Hii hapa inatoa fangasi, mapele, chunusi, madoa, mba, halala, mwasho ngozi. Lakini tunatengeneza sabuni ambayo inatokana na moringa. Hii hapa unaiona hapa nyeupe ni sabuni ya moringa ambayo ni best sana kwa ngozi. Na softenisha ngozi inakuwa safi. Lakini tuna mafuta ya nywele. Haya mafuta ni kiboko sana kwa nywele. Yanajaza nywele, yanarefusha nywele, yanaotesha nywele, nywele zinakuwa safi. Kwa kweli karibuni sana katika maonyesho yetu haya. Maonyesho yana vitu vingi zaidi, yana biashara nyingi sana ya wana Afrika Mashariki.
Asante sana. And there you go. That is the 4th international exhibitor we are engaging right here at the 25th Micro, Small, Medium Enterprises Expo happening in Nairobi, Kenya. Allow me to speak to one other lady here. Karibu sana katika NTV na karibu katika maonyesho haya biashara. Hebu tueleze una nini leo?
Tunazo sabuni za mwani, tunao mwani mzima kutoka Zanzibar wenyewe, tunao mwani powder ambao huu unasaidia kuweka mwili sawa, kwenda kubalance mfumo wako mzima wa mwili, unashusha pressure, sukari, wenye matatizo ya mifupa, lakini pia aliopata broken. Mwani unaenda kumsaidia na kumweka kuwa imara zaidi. Lakini tunazo sabuni za mwani ambazo hizi zinatengenezwa sabuni za mwani zinatengenezwa kwa malighafi zetu za ndani. Hizi ni nzuri sana kwa ajili ya kuprotect magonjwa ya ngozi kama vile fungus na kukuweka mwili wako uweko imara zaidi. Tunazo sabuni za karafuu, lakini tunayo pia mafuta ya karafuu ambayo ni yale wenyewe taeta. Tunavyo viungo kutoka Zanzibar hapa. Tunazo biriani masala, tunazo tea masala, tunazo pilau masala ambazo hizi ni nzuri na unapata testi nzuri kutoka Zanzibar. Wakaribu wateja sana. Tunayo pia mafuta yetu haya ya mwani ambayo ni mazuri kwa ajili ya wagonjwa wa stroke, lakini pia kwa ajili ya ngozi na kuiprotect ngozi kuweko imara zaidi, na nywele pia zinafanya ziweko nzuri na pia zikue vizuri na ziwe na afya. Karibuni sana wateja katika duka letu kutoka Zanzibar. Pia tunazo clove. Ukija Zanzibar unatakiwa usiondoke bila ya hii kitu. Hii kitu inakwenda kustimulate mwili wako vizuri na kufanya uweko vizuri. Hichi pia ni kiungo kwenye pilau, kwenye chai, kinaleta taste nzuri. Kwa karibu. Hii ni karafuu.
Mdalasini ni gani?
Mdalasini iko wapi?
Haya, sawa.
Tunao na mdalasini pia.
Sawa. Sasa ushatuuzia. Nataka tuongelee hoja za biashara. Wewe umefanya biashara hii kwa muda gani?
Mimi nimefanya biashara hii, huu ni muda wa miaka 5 toka 2021 mpaka hii 25.
Je, hii ni mara yako ya kwanza ku-export ama kuuza katika nchi jirani?
Kuuza katika nchi jirani hii ni mara yangu ya pili. Mwaka jana nilikuweko Sudani, mara hii nipo Kenya. Tunabadilishana uzoefu katika biashara na pia tunabadilishana katika biashara. Kunatakiwa muwe na network ya pamoja. Kwa hiyo hapa tunajenga network za pamoja. Nchi zetu hizi ziko jirani, vitu vyetu vinashabihiana. Hawa wanahitaji hichi, hawa wanahitaji hichi, kwa hiyo tunaungana mkono kwa pamoja.
Ilifikaje ukapita Kenya ukaenda mpaka Sudan kutafuta soko na Kenya tupo hapa? Changamoto ilikuwa ni gani?
Mwaka jana ilikuwa maonyesho yetu haya yanazunguka. Inakuwa ni mzunguko. Mwaka jana ilikuwa ni nchi ya Sudani, mara hii ni kwa upande wa Kenya.
Sawa. Nashukuru sana kwa muda wako and all the best as you exhibit. There you go, ladies and gentlemen. We have just heard from a few traders who are here at the 25th Micro, Small and Medium Enterprises Expo happening in Nairobi. The last one, as you heard, was happening in Juba, South Sudan. We will be leaving you with live pictures right now of His Excellency Dr. William Ruto, who is just interacting with the traders as much as possible. We'll be trying to get you interviews, perspectives, policy, so that you get as much value as you can from this annual summit. We're also keen to hear where is it going to next, and we'll be updating you as soon as we have a logical conclusion to it. Keep it at NTV. Enjoy the rest of your viewing. right, ladies and gentlemen, I have arrived at South Sudan. Not literally, but if you may literally, because the scent here smells like that. And I'm now joined by an exhibitor here. I'm going to engage her to understand more about her product and about this suit that I'm currently seeing here. Thank you for making time for us on NTV. Please introduce yourself and tell us what you do.
I am Sadia Guy Diyek. My products is Masadia. I do it Bakhur and Parfan and anything for smell after you put it on the fire. You do it the smell from the room and sitting room.
All right, so there are house scents in essence.
Yeah.
There are house scents and diffusers, yeah?
Yes.
Okay, great. So which is the best seller here?
Best seller is sandal.
What is it made of?
Made of South Sudan.
All right, thank you, ladies and gentlemen. There you go. I'm just trying to have an East Africa picture right here. I have been trying in vain to look for an exhibitor from Burundi. All I see around me is Kenya, Uganda, Rwanda. Kenya, Uganda, Rwanda. I've only interviewed one Ugandan and one Somalia exhibitor. I'm trying to get Burundi. South Sudan has already been represented, but I don't mind hearing from them again. Thank you so much for inviting us to your stand. Please introduce yourself and tell us what you're doing.
I'm called Susan Anget. I'm from South Sudan. I'm selling honey, organics. We are selling lawe for South Sudan. We have also combo and dry okra. Yeah, we have bed sheets. Yeah, so we have a lot of things here.
Talk to us about this. I'm seeing a lot of manufactured goods here, perhaps honey, because I'm seeing there's a bee.
Yeah, it's here. And, my company name is Ngenluet. Yeah, we deal in honey. We deal on okra. We have combo. We have magadi. Yeah, we also have, we do also lawe, a traditional dress, a handmade. Yeah, they're here also. You can check. Yeah.
My assumption is that you're based in Juba, unless I'm getting it wrong.
Yeah, we're based in Juba.
Okay, great. Is this your first time accessing an international market, especially the East African market, or?
This is my second time. The first time has been done in South Sudan last year. Yes.
Great. What is your impression so far of the summit?
Yeah, it's actually a good experience, actually. Yeah, for us to be like in one place as an East African community. So it's a good experience.
Thank you so much and wish you all the very best. Great. Another representative right there from South Sudan. I'm trying to get you one from Burundi so that we have a whole East African picture and just hear from them. But President William Ruto will be presiding over this summit. Just shortly, I've seen he is about to complete his rounds with the exhibitors here, who I think, in my own judgment, are the chief guests of the event. We're trying to get someone from Burundi to speak to later on so that we have a whole East African picture. So let me just give you more pictures right here as we try to get a representative from Burundi before the president starts the summit officially. We have a unique product right here from a unique exhibitor from South Sudan. I'm going to speak to her shortly. As you can see, there's a bit of activity happening. A client is getting to experience firsthand this shea butter nilotica. That's what they call it right here. And she's going to explain to us what exactly is going on. But if you're joining us right now, these are live pictures from the 25th East Africa Community Micro, Small and Medium Enterprises Expo and Summit, which is being hosted here in Uhuru Gardens, Nairobi, Kenya. Let me now speak to the exhibitor. Thank you for making time for us. Congratulations on exhibiting here. Please introduce yourself and tell us what you do.
Thank you so much. My name is Adao Dao. I'm a South Sudanese, and I work with shea butter nilotica, Taste of South Sudan. These are our products. They are all shea butter products from South Sudan originally. Our products here are all organic, raw. Nothing is artificial here.
What is the ingredients? What are the components?
Purely shea butter. So as you can see, I'm carrying shea nuts. So this is where we extract our products. It's kind of a long process, but yeah, we brought the seeds so that someone who wants to know more about shea butter get to see where the foundation starts from.
What is the what kilograms is this?
This is 250.
250 grams. Okay, great. Talk to us about the process of making that, because you're saying it takes a long time to crush that and then get this product ready. How long does it take to piece this together?
Well, if it is just a butter, it takes only a whole day or 2 days. But when it is from the nuts, that one will take you quite some days of within a month, 3 to 1 month. So as you can see, shea butter takes a while to ripe and then to be harvested and then to be cracked and then again be fried and then harvested within it. So it's kind of a long process and hectic.
For how long have you been in this business?
We opened our business in 2022, but we launched last year. Yeah.
Lovely. So do you do this by hand or have you mechanized the whole process?
We do it by hand. Yeah, so all this is processed within the kitchen.
Why haven't you been able to mechanize?
Well, capital. And then again, we need to maintain the rigidity of being locally made stuff without machinery, without chemical-wise.
Do you possibly think that the machinery or that mechanization would actually increase your output?
Yeah, it will. But that's a process that we have in fewer times to come. Yeah.
Great. There you have it. Ladies and gentlemen, His Excellency Dr. William Samuel Ruto, President of Kenya, the host of this year's EAC MSME Expo, is just making his way into the main plenary where that summit should be starting. I think I'm going to leave you right now with live pictures from that plenary, and then we'll give you more updates later on right here from Uhuru Gardens.
We may kindly take our seats. That is a Burundian cultural group. Let's give them a round of applause as they exit the stage. Tuwapigie makofi tafadhali wakimalizia burudani yao as they exit the stage. Thank you. Thank you. Another round of applause for them. Thank you. Your Excellency, that is a Burundian cultural group representing and showing that East Africa is well represented. Your Excellency, Dr. William Samoei Ruto, President and Commander-in-Chief of the Kenya Defense Forces, Honorable Wycliffe Oparanya, Cabinet Secretary for Cooperatives and MSMEs, Honorable Beatrice Askul, CS EAC Affairs, Governor Nairobi County, all governors present, Ms. Zainab Bangura, DG United Nations Office in Nairobi Union, Pamela Coke Hamilton, ITC Executive Director, Your Excellency, Ambassadors, Area Member of Parliament, Honorable Jalas, aka Jalango, Members of Parliament present, citizens and residents of the East African community. Good afternoon. Your Excellency, with your permission, allow me just to invite the Principal Secretary for MSMEs to come and just make some brief welcoming remarks as we continue with the program. Why don't we welcome her with a warm clap? Karibu sana, Madam Susan Mangeni.
Thank you, Your Excellency, the President of the Republic of Kenya, and also the Chair of the Heads of State Summit, East Africa Community, Dr. William Samoei Ruto, Cabinet Secretary for Micro, Small and Medium Enterprises, Honorable Wycliffe Oparanya, and CS for EAC Affairs, Madam Beatrice Askul. Allow me, Your Excellency, to stand on the protocol as observed by Michael Gitonga. Today, we are here with over 3,000 MSMEs drawn from all the 8 member states forming the East Africa community, exhibiting from various value chain, from woodwork, agriculture, I've seen edible oil, and you've been in the exhibition arena, you've seen it with your own eyes. Your Excellency, I just want to, first of all, thank the team that has put all this together. Yesterday was Kenyan Day. On Saturday was the Somali Day. For the first time, Somalia Republic, the new kid on the block, were able also to show us the value chain. And we are happy about that. And they became in a big way. And some of them will be receiving awards here. And then yesterday was the Kenyan Day, which was also, we used the Kenyan Day also to host very high level discussion on how to unlock barriers that keep on stifling trade in East Africa. And my CS will be reading out the communique following some of the outcomes that emerged. Today, in the morning, we had the Democratic Republic of Congo, who had their day today. They also showcased their value chain. And then, of course, this afternoon was the EAC Day, which also now becomes the formal official opening ceremony for this. And we are happy that you created time to join us in celebrating this great value chain. Allow me just to acknowledge PSS who are here. PS for Trade, you just stand up and you acknowledge you. Regina Umbam. She facilitates trade, especially supporting Kenya to access markets all over the world. PS for EAC Affair. Let's clap for her. Madam Caroline Karugu. Then I want also to acknowledge the leadership of MSEA. Chairman of MSEA, wherever you are, just stand up. James Mreu. The board of directors of MSEA, who put all this together, we want to acknowledge you. The leadership of SIMSO, East Africa, wherever, led by the chairman, where you are, let's clap for them. Thank you. And in the interest of time, Your Excellency, allow me now to call the Deputy Secretary General, who is standing in for the Secretary General for East Africa Community Secretariat, Madam Veronica Nduva. So I want to call Annette Sembua, who is the Deputy Secretary General, to come in and officially constitute the Bureau. Madam Annette, Madam Annette. Madam Annette, you just have 3 minutes to constitute the Bureau. Thank you.
Your Excellency and our chief guest for this afternoon, Your Excellency and Chairperson of the Summit of Heads of State, on behalf of Honorable Secretary General Veronica Nduva, it is my honor and pleasure to welcome you to this 25th edition of the MSME Trade Fair. Your Excellency, before us is the Chairperson of the Council of Ministers. She is here and has taken her seat. And I confirm, Your Excellency, that we have Somalia with us as well, so the Bureau is fully constituted. Your Excellency, this is the 25th edition of the MSME Trade Fair. Last year, we met in Juba, where we had about 2,000 exhibitors. The number of exhibitors has increased to over 3,000. On this note, allow me, Your Excellency, to thank you and to thank the Republic of Kenya for hosting this 25th MSME Fair and for all the hospitalities that have been extended to all the delegates that we have present. Your Excellency, the participation of MSMEs demonstrates stories of change. Through the participation, we have seen innovation. We have seen improvements in the products that are being put forward by MSMEs for display, but most of all, partnerships among the exhibitors. And as a result, we will be able to see increased jobs, increased economic transformation of our region in the EAC. From the EAC Secretariat, a number of interventions exist that have been put in place to fast-track regional integration. These, among others, include examination of the rules of origin, because we found that that is one of the main impediments that is causing non-tariff barriers. Allow me, Your Excellency, to report that the process of resolution of non-tariff barriers has reduced by 50%. While they still exist, but the mechanisms in place are supporting us to reduce non-tariff barriers. We have increased digital connectivity, and I wish to report that the governors of the central banks have now approved an EAC payment master plan, which master plan is going to facilitate cross-border movement of currencies across borders, facilitating the exchange and sale of goods among partner states as we await the rollout of a monetary union. Your Excellency, allow me on this note to thank the Republic of Kenya for all the facilitation that has been provided to the exhibitors through the various borders where they passed, including a delegation that just arrived yesterday and was very quickly facilitated. In less than 20 minutes, they were in and out of the border. The services have been exceptional, and I would like to commend the PSs of EAC Affairs, the PS of the MSME Ministry, for the excellent coordination of this event. Excellency, I thank you very much for your presence today, and we look forward to hearing from you. I thank you very much.
Thank you. I now invite the Director General of the United Nations Office at Nairobi Union, Ms. Zainabu Bungura. And in your speech time, you'll make some time for the Executive Director of ITC. Thank you. Let's clap for her. She comes on the stage.
Your Excellency, Dr. William Samuel Ruto, President of the Republic of Kenya, Honorable Dr. Wycliffe Opaya, Cabinet Secretary, MSMEs, Development of the Republic of Kenya, Cabinet Secretaries, Pamela, my friend and colleague, Excellencies, Residence Coordinator, distinguished guests, partners, friends, ladies and gentlemen, good afternoon. I have two things to say very quickly. This morning, today, I had the honor and privilege to officially launch the newly established International Trade Center Regional Office in Nairobi. It is the first time ever since the office was established in 1964 that they've had an office out of Geneva. Geneva is their headquarters. So the first office that they've ever established out of Geneva was in Nairobi today. So I think that's a great honor for us. Secondly, I would like to take this opportunity as the Director General and the representative of the Secretary General in Nairobi to appreciate and acknowledge with gratitude to you, Mr. President, the continued support and cooperation being extended to the growing UN family in Kenya by the host government of Kenya. When the UN came, 1975, 300 staff and family. Today, we are 20,000, and still growing. So we are able to do that because of the support, encouragement that we got for the government of Kenya. So those are the 2 points I want to say. With that, and I invite Pamela to actually, she is the newcomer in the block in Gigiri. Thank you.
Thank you so much. His Excellency Dr. William Ruto, President of the Republic of Kenya, His Excellency Dr. Wycliffe Oparanya, Cabinet Secretary for MSMEs. I think I'll skip the rest and say all protocols observed. That saves me one page. Thank you so much. Before I begin, I'd like to express our condolences on the loss of Kenya's former Prime Minister, Raila Odinga. He was also a hero for the Caribbean, and as you know, he was a lover of Jamaica, from where I come, and so Jamaica Farewell went down very well when you started singing it, President. You know, we automatically said, oh, this is awesome. But thank you so much. As I was reflecting on his passing, I couldn't help but think of the statement that he made last year, that Africa could but must not be caught again in proxy wars between foreign powers. And those words are all the more prescient now as tariff escalations and trade wars threaten to tear not just the fabric of our multilateral trading system, but the relationships and trusts that have been built over generations. It's why the work that the EAC does and has been doing in partner states to deepen economic integration among the members is so urgent and so vital to the fates of MSMEs across the region, but also to the success of the African continental free trade area overall. We're honored to witness some of the fruits of this labor at this EAC MSMEs trade fair, and we want to celebrate alongside you a significant milestone in ITC's own history, the opening of our first corporate office outside of headquarters to serve a world region right here in Nairobi at the UN Gigiri complex. I'm supposed to do the lululation now. It's one of the biggest milestones yet for the ITC as we work to develop even more meaningful relationships within the countries and regions where we work. As we say, we're putting boots on the ground, 10 toes down, as young people would say. When we were deciding to launch our first corporate office outside of headquarters, it quickly became clear that Kenya, where we already have an extensive footprint and deep relationships, was the right choice. And the UN office at Nairobi is a natural fit as both our UN partner and our host, with its 5 decades worth of impressive achievements under its belt and serving not only the United Nations Secretariat, but also headquarters both in the African continent and the global south. The opening of this new ITC office could not have happened without the invaluable support of the government of Kenya, and I warmly thank you, President Ruto, both for your presence today and for the government's close collaboration every step of the way. We look forward to developing even closer and deeper relationships with our friends here and at UNON, with our UN resident coordinator, with all our Kenyan colleagues, and the entire ecosystem of institutions that are present. And from what I've already seen this week, it's going to be a great and exciting road ahead. From the bottom of my heart, asante sana.
And asante sana too. So as I prepare to invite the CS Wycliffe Oparanya to come and make his remark, allow me to acknowledge the CEO of MSEA. Please, wherever you are, just stand up for the good job you're doing. CEO for KIE, stand up wherever you are. Let's clap for her. CEO for Wezo Fund, CEO for Hustler Fund, and all the CEOs from the Ministry of Cooperative. You've really worked hard. Yeah, so before CS, I said as I prepare, let me to acknowledge and invite the governor of Nairobi to come and officially welcome us in Nairobi County. Ndio, najua tusipofanya hivyo kanjo watatumaliza kwa njia. Karibu.
Thank you. I was waiting for you to skip me. Then we'll figure out how you'll make your way out of here. Your Excellency, President William Ruto, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, it is a true honor, great honor to host you here in Nairobi for this very important gathering that celebrates the spirit of enterprise, innovation, and the power of MSMEs in Kenya and across our region. I sincerely appreciate all our partners in the MSME community represented here today who have made this fair possible on the sidelines of the Silver Jubilee of the EAC Regional Integration Agreement. Your Excellency, trade fairs around the world have served as vital platforms showcasing innovation, connecting businesses, and fostering cross-border trade. Today, as economies, especially in the global south, renew our focus on inclusive and sustainable growth, such events are increasingly recognized for promoting enterprise development and strengthening MSMEs. The 25th EAC MSMEs Trade Fair, marking 25 years since the signing of the EAC Treaty, exemplifies this role, providing a key platform for showcasing MSME potential across the region and beyond. Here in Nairobi, Your Excellency, the story of MSMEs is the story of our economy. As Kenya's capital and largest city, I can say Nairobi is the home of MSMEs in the country and in the region. We contribute 27.5% of the national GDP, with most of the businesses being micro, small, or medium enterprises. I encourage all of you to take a walk down the CBD, the Central Business District, from Jamia Mall to the buildings on Moy Avenue. You will find small traders selling different wares. Your Excellency, we have seen a growth of shopping centers across the estates, and these are home to small and medium-sized enterprises. Many of these, Your Excellency, are owned by young people. We know that youth unemployment is high, well over 100,000 young graduates joining the job market each year. So we must really ensure that enterprise becomes a real pathway to prosperity. Not all of these young people can get jobs in the formal economy, and so there is need to actually provide a platform and an environment where MSMEs can thrive. That is why, Your Excellency, my administration is committed to building a Nairobi where businesses can start, grow, and thrive. This includes ease of doing business. Through our Unified Business Permit, Your Excellency, you remember we promised to do that. We have done that. Today, the UBP consolidates multiple licenses into a single document to simplify operations for business owners. And for us, it has enhanced our revenue collection. Currently, Your Excellency, we have 190,925 registered businesses under that Unified Business Permit. And of these, 95,000 are either SMEs or MSMEs. Your Excellency, before, traders would have to have multiple licenses, 5, 6 licenses, being moved from one office to another. Go get your fire certificate, go get your hygiene in another building. Today, from the comfort of your mobile phone, wherever you are, you can actually register your business, describe the enterprise you're in, and print your own Unified Business Permit in any part of the city or of the world. Your Excellency, further to encourage growth in this sector, we committed together, you and I, 20 new markets, and I can confirm we're on course to deliver this promise, with more than half currently underway. As a county, we have 6 that are close to completion: Mutuini, Kahawa West, Jujo, while Karen Market, Dandora East, and Mira markets are ongoing. We actually have one just for Mira in Isili. But Your Excellency, I've been seeing you going around the country. I thought 10 are many. But when I hear you in other counties, those numbers are also high. So I will come back to you because you need much more in Nairobi. I want to thank you because you're building Quarry Road Market in Gikomba, which is 95% complete. It's expected to be completed before the end of this year. Mathare North, Maji Mazuri, South B, Riruta markets. In the pipeline, we also have Jogoo Road Market, Kangemi Market, and Toi Market. Please let's applaud our president for doing that. Your Excellency, these markets will provide additional trading space for MSEs and bring products and services closer to Nairobi estate residents. Your Excellency, finally, we will also be rolling out our Biashara Stimulus Program as a county. It is at the heart of offering affordable financing, skills development, digitization, market access, and enterprise formalization to these traders. We will be rolling it out with 2 strategic partners with whom we have already signed contracts. The program will subsidize the cost of credit to these MSMEs. The targeted beneficiaries will be existing businesses and MSMEs across all the 85 wards of Nairobi. An MSME must have been in business for at least 2 years to qualify for that particular product. All beneficiaries will undergo a 3-day training on business and entrepreneurial skills, and we will keep training them as they move along. Your Excellency, let me emphasize the role that these businesses that you've seen, you have walked around the stands. In fact, you have taken more time than we imagined because you have a real interest in the business that they're doing. They play a huge role in this city's economic growth and the continuous need to create a conducive environment for them to thrive. They generate employment, they fuel innovation, they strengthen value chains, and they drive both domestic and cross-border trade. Their success is Kenya's success, and their growth strengthens the entire East African region. And I really want to tell all our brothers and sisters from across East Africa, karibuni Kenya, karibuni Nairobi. I hope you feel at home. Though in essence, Your Excellency, many of them call this place home already. There you will find them trading in the city, in all parts of the city. We have a huge population from our neighboring countries, and they're welcome. Your Excellency, the days of the kanjo that the PS has described are over. Those days ended. It's been 3 years without running battles that used to happen in our city, where traders would even be injured, and they would fight back. We have changed that history, and today we have a very good relationship. It, of course, can improve every day, but we have a better relationship than has been there before. I invite all our partners, EAC, the Africa Continental Free Trade Area, UNON, ITC, the private sector, and development organizations to work with us to build a stronger MSME ecosystem. Let us connect, co-create, and transform the entrepreneurial landscape of East Africa. Asanteni sana, and welcome to Nairobi. Your Excellency, allow me at this point to invite the Cabinet Secretary, Dr. Wycliffe Oparanya, to make his remarks and to invite you. As he comes, I recognize that we had Governor Nyong'o, who was, I saw him, but I think he has stepped out. We also have members of parliament, I think from the relevant committees, led by Mheshimiwa Jalango. I think maybe the MPs can stand up so that we can recognize the members of parliament. Please, let's clap for them. The legislative framework required for MSMEs is very, very important. Asanteni.
Thank you, Governor. Your Excellency, President of the Republic of Kenya and Commander-in-Chief of the Defense Forces, all protocols observed, ladies and gentlemen, I think this is the 3rd day we are here for this particular function. The first day we had Somali Day, yesterday we had the Kenyan Day, and today we are having the East African Community Day, which is also our official opening day. Your Excellency, we have had support from ICA. ITC, sorry. We have had a big support of ICT. ICT supported us when we had the global MSME Ministerial Conference in South Africa in July. And that particular function, Your Excellency, was very well attended, and it was one of the first functions that ministers all over the world met to discuss about MSMEs. And out of that meeting, 3 issues were agreed on to be scaled up at various countries' level and various regions. And that's why, as Kenya, we decided that this be scaled up at this level, at the regional level. And you have heard the comments from the Secretary General. 3 areas were agreed: access to finance, and you know what we are doing as a country in that particular area. The other one was digital transformation. You know how important that area is for our country. And the last one was green technology financing. Those are the 3 critical areas we agreed during the ministerial conference, global ministerial conference in Johannesburg. But as Kenya, we have added on market access. That is very crucial for our people. And you remember when you were out there, most of those traders were talking about market access. They are using this opportunity of the protocol that was signed in 1999 to create network, create a market for themselves. I'm grateful that you have spared time to come and attend this particular meeting. During our meeting yesterday, and we had as many people attending, we agreed on quite a number of issues that I will use this opportunity to read it out. And as the chair of the East African Community Summit, this particular document will be scaled up to that level so that as the summit, you also adopt it for implementation in various countries. So, Your Excellency, ladies and gentlemen, I will read a communique of the East African Community MSME Ministerial Roundtable. And I read, we, the representatives of the East Africa Community, EAC governments, and private sector stakeholders, convened for the East African Community MSME Ministerial Roundtable in Nairobi on November 10th, 2025, to advance the commitments made under the Global SME Ministerial Call to Action held in Johannesburg in July 2025. This roundtable marks a significant regional milestone in our collective efforts to support the international competitiveness of micro, small, and medium enterprises, recognizing their central role in transforming trade and improving livelihood in line with the Sustainable Development Goals. We reaffirm the importance of MSME as engine of innovation, employment, and inclusive growth, and acknowledge their contribution to environmental sustainability and social cohesion across the East African region. The roundtable provided a platform to access regional awareness on the insights provided by the global MSME ministerial white papers, which concentrated on best practices, challenges, and opportunities in the area of access to finance, digital transformation, and green transition. The discussions included the need for tailored regulatory reforms and capacity building initiatives that reflect the unique structural vulnerabilities of East African community economies, especially those affecting women and youth-led enterprises. Delegates highlighted best practices and actionable solutions to improve MSMEs access to affordable financing, including through partnerships with financial institutions and the development of inclusive financial literacy program. The meeting emphasized the importance of accelerating digital transformation by expanding access to reliable digital infrastructure, promoting digital skills development, and fostering innovation, friendly regulatory environments. The roundtable highlighted the urgency of supporting MSME in their green transition, including through targeted green finance mechanism, technical assistance, and collaboration with business support organizations. The ministerial meeting welcomed the continued engagement with the International Trade Center, ITC. I was calling it ITA, ITC, bringing countries together to collaborate in supporting MSMEs' competitiveness and facilitating knowledge exchange across borders. Delegates expressed strong support for the ongoing period of intersessional technical meetings and regional dialogue to maintain momentum and prepare for the next global MSME ministerial meeting in the year 2027. The delegates appealed to various governments to fast-track regulations and discussions on non-tariff barriers for purposes of cross-border trade and use of AFC FTA as a tool for market aggregation. The meeting seeks to translate the outcome of the East African Community MSME Ministerial Roundtable into concrete actions with measurable impact and to working closely with ITC and other partners to build resilient, inclusive, and sustainable MSME ecosystem across the East African Community region. May this communique be presented at the upcoming East African Community Leaders Summit in November, 24th to 29th in Kenya, to be included into the chairperson's statement in order to reaffirm the East African commitment to the ongoing work in the development of MSME. The Nairobi Declaration is signed on Tuesday, 11th November 2025. We, East African governments and the International Trade Center, ITC, met on the margins of the East African Community MSME Trade Fair to begin the process of implementation of the call to action of the Global MSME Ministerial Conference. And for your information, Your Excellency, this was signed by me on the behalf of Kenya government, and it was also signed by the Secretary General of the East African Community and signed by the Executive Director of International Trade Center, ITC. And I thank you very much for your attention. Now, Your Excellency, I take this opportunity now to invite you to come and address this gathering here, and I know they are eager to listen to you. And thank you very much for honoring our invitation. Asante.
Thank you very much, Minister. Please, let's take our seats. Thank you very much for... Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, friends and visitors from across the East African community and beyond, I join the Governor of Nairobi in welcoming all of you to Kenya and, of course, to the city of Nairobi. Just a bit of geography. I think the governor forgot. Just behind us here, about a kilometer or so, is the Nairobi National Park. And the Nairobi National Park is home to wildlife, including lions, elephants, and many others. Don't be surprised that when you're walking in the streets, you might find a lion who may have escaped from the park. I just want to warn you to be careful. But I'm honored to welcome you to Nairobi, the heart of our region's enterprise, for the 25th East African Community Micro, Small, and Medium Enterprises Trade Fair. This gathering is a compelling validation of micro, small, and medium enterprises that remain the pillar of our economies. They are the engines of job creation, drivers of innovation, and anchors of industrial growth and the driving force of our shared prosperity, not just as a region, but also as a continent. Today, we pay tribute to the visionary leadership of the three distinguished patriots of our region. President Yoweri Kaguta Museveni, President of the Republic of Uganda, the late President Daniel Toroitich arap Moi of Kenya, and the second president of Kenya, that is, and the late President Benjamin Mkapa, the third president of the United Republic of Tanzania, who 25 years ago in Arusha reinvigorated the East African community through the signing of its founding treaty. Alongside this historic milestone then, the Jua Kali Nguvu Kazi exhibition was launched, showcasing the ingenuity of the MSMEs in our partner states. Their Excellencies resolved then that this exhibition would be held annually on a rotational basis to deepen socio-economic integration, expand market access for all our products, and narrow technological and knowledge disparities across the East African community nations. A quarter century later today, the East African community has blossomed into a powerful bloc of 8 partner states representing over 300 million citizens and making East Africa one of the world's most dynamic and rapidly emerging markets. This trade fair, and I have gone through the stalls and spoken to many entrepreneurs here, and the excitement, the optimism that I saw in their enterprises, and the partnerships that are being established, and the friendship that is building within them is a great encouragement that it was right 25 years ago, it is right today. This trade fair has equally evolved and is no longer merely a marketplace for goods, but a strategic platform for skills exchange, innovation, partnership, and structured dialogue aimed at dismantling barriers of trade and movement of people. As we commemorate this Silver Jubilee, we are mindful of the defining forces shaping our world today. A rapidly growing population in all our countries, the rise of the youthful generation, accelerated technological disruption, climate change pressures, unemployment, and of course, shifting geopolitical realignments that continue to reshape global supply chains. These forces carry challenges, but even better, they carry greater opportunities if we harness them. Our young population, in particular, positions the region to lead through digital innovation, creative enterprise, and a thriving knowledge economy. I see it every day in Kenya. And looking at the East African entrepreneurs that are here, I see it in their energy, in their passion, and in the partnerships they are building with their colleagues across the region. I am encouraged that the conversations shaping the trade fair are ambitious, forward-looking, and action-oriented, giving priority to digital transformation, equitable access to finance, expanded markets, and sustainable green enterprises to support MSMEs to grow, to scale up, and to generate wealth. In Kenya, the bottom-up economic transformation agenda places MSMEs at the core of our development framework alongside agriculture, universal health care, affordable housing, and the digital and creative economy. We have prioritized strategic high-growth value chains, including leather, dairy, textiles and apparels, edible oils, and rice. Others are tea, building and construction, the blue economy, natural resources, and mining. Our choice of subsidy on agricultural production rather than consumption was initially met with skepticism, but the results speak for themselves today. Our national yields of tea, of coffee, of sugarcane, of maize, of rice, of wheat have all increased and in some cases doubled. Those who doubted this 2 years ago today confirm that it was the right strategy to subsidize production and not consumption. To expand financial inclusion, we launched the Financial Inclusion Fund, popularly known as the Hustler Fund, which has so far disbursed 80 billion Kenyan shillings to many Kenyans since November 2022. The fund has provided dignified credit to those previously excluded from formal lending. And let me say this about the Hustler Fund. The primary approach that we had on micro and small enterprises. In 2022, we had 7 million Kenyans, 3 million of them being micro enterprises who were blacklisted in our credit reference bureaus. And they could not undertake any business, they could not open an account, they were completely locked out of the economic space. We took the decision that we are going to change how credit is accessed in Kenya. We also took the firm position and negotiated with credit reference bureaus, and we redeemed 7 million Kenyans who were blacklisted and gave them a second chance. Today, I am very confident and happy that the 7 million Kenyans have since transformed. Today, we have 2 million Kenyans who borrow religiously from the Hustler Fund. Today, we have close to 800,000 entrepreneurs, small businesses, that today borrow money on our bridge finance as part of the Hustler Fund. And they are doing this without the benefit of any collateral. The biggest problem we had in Kenya was that for you to access credit, 5,000, 10,000, 20,000, 100,000, 150,000, you either had to have a logbook of some motorcycle or car, or you have some title to some piece of land, or you have a payslip. Today, an ordinary citizen without a payslip, without a title deed, without a logbook, can access up to 150,000 shillings on the Hustler Fund, the only collateral being their credit record, that they are decent people and they can pay. It has expanded the collateral space. Today, the collateral space includes your credit rating, which comes as a result of you being able to pay your debts. Through digital lending, borrowers are building credit histories that have crystallized into credit scores, improving visibility to lenders, reducing risk perceptions, and expanding financial opportunity to many. I am very proud, and I think once the story of the Hustler Fund will be written, there will be so many people who will have a story to tell that had been locked out of the credit space, and they couldn't access any money or any credit. Today, people who are paid up to 100% for credit, today they are paying 8%. I remember when we discussed and we said we are going to peg this on 8%, one very rich person, I don't want to mention their names, told me this will be unsustainable. It will not work. I am looking for him now so that I can tell him it is working. Because this is now 3 years down the road, and we are making strides in the right direction. Not only are credit ratings of people have been restored, not only are people borrowing on a daily basis, but the credit limits are also increasing. And we are making more and more Kenyans access credit. We are now advancing efforts to securitize this credit score, recognizing it as collateral to unlock financing for millions, especially young people and women who lack traditional assets such as property or formal payslips, as I have said. To strengthen market access, Kenya is establishing county aggregation and industrial parks in all the 47 counties to support agro-processing, consolidate local value chains, and expand commercial reach for our micro, small, and medium enterprises. The governor of Nairobi keeps reminding me that the county aggregation and industrial park for Nairobi will not be selling any agricultural products. They will instead be manufacturing stuff for those in the city. And therefore, this is going to be, it is tailored for different value chains in different counties, in different parts of the country. The ultimate goal is that we need to assist small enterprises who may not have money to rent their own space, to use spaces that we have already built, and to also share some of the equipment that they use. We will have common user facilities where you don't have to own a certain machine. Maybe it is expensive, but we will have machines available and they will be shared, and everybody can have access to these facilities and use it to improve their businesses. Looking at the enterprises that are exhibitors in this fair, many of them require not so much capital. They just need to enhance the finesse of what they are producing. We just need to support them the last mile. That last mile is what common user facilities can do. I say so because I have seen it in Karioko, We are going to be replicating Karioko in all our county aggregation industrial parks so that more and more enterprises can have access to credit and to tools that they can use to enhance the value of the products that they are producing. Three fundamental things are important. I said earlier, access to credit. And we have moved several steps in making sure that we clear the pathway for access to credit. Number two, we must also have targeted grants. We are in the process of rolling out the Nyota program. The Nyota program is going to have targeted grants to enterprises that are being run by young people between the ages of 18 and 29 and people living with disability ages up to 35. We are looking for 110,000 such small enterprises, and we are going to give them a grant of 50,000 shillings each. We started that process last week. I just want to announce that the rest of the process is underway. I'm informed by Waziri Oparanya and his team that they will be training the rest of the country from this Friday through early next week. And so from next week, we will be releasing another 4.4 billion Kenya shillings to the rest of the people who will have been trained and identified. In the city of Nairobi alone, Governor Sakaja and your team, in the city of Nairobi alone, we will be looking for 6,000 enterprises, small business people, 6,000 of them. And we are going to give them 300 million shillings. So I am looking for that moment, and I hope Jalango and your team from Nairobi, you organize yourselves, because we want to do this to raise the capital for the small entrepreneurs and to scale them up so that they can run their businesses. We will be identifying, and we want a level of equity. 50% of the beneficiaries must be women. And it can only be 50%, no less. It can be more. It can be more women, but minimum 50% women, because women are very good business people. And they have already demonstrated, even in the areas that we have already identified. And I have, maybe I am biased because I have more girls in my house than. But that's the reality of what it is. And so we will be pushing this. I also want to say that under the same program, the Nyota program, we want to also create opportunities, because part of growing the MSMEs is what I said: access to credit, targeted grants, and we are also supporting them to do business. Under this same program, we will be identifying 600,000 small entrepreneurs, and we want to support them with capacity building so that they can do business with government, both at the county and at the national level. We have government procurement that has been ring-fenced for young people, for women, for people living with disability, all the way in the region of 220 billion. That is the amount of business that is available to this category. But they are not accessing because we haven't built the capacity for them to understand how to do it, to know how to work with the government bureaucracy and system. And we are going under this program, going to work with them so that we can bring them into the space. And I am very confident that these are people who can actually appropriate that space and do that business. Why do I say so? We did a targeted procurement for our housing program, and the Jua Kali sector came through The Jua Kali sector, we have now given them contracts of close to 15 billion Kenya shillings. You know, the people making doors, the people making windows, the people making hinges, and these are people on Ngong Road. These are people in Kiamaiko. These are very small enterprises. And I mean, there was almost a disconnect. You know, if you talk about 15 billion and Jua Kali in the same sentence, it doesn't look correct. Because 15 billion is supposed to be mega enterprises. But those are the possibilities when we are targeted about the people we are looking for. And I must confess that the Jua Kali sector have proven that they can do what big enterprises can do. Maybe they can do it even better. And therefore, I am very confident that as we build the capacities of our small entrepreneurs, either by making sure they have access to credit or making sure that they have access to grants, or we facilitate them with capacity for them to participate in procurement, government procurement and government enterprises, we will certainly be doing our bottom-up program, because that's what it is. So again, I will be looking forward to working with all the stakeholders in that space. We want to disburse that 4.4 billion shillings in the next 10 days. So there will be quite some support around for enterprises. We have also commissioned, as you know, new special economic zones in Busia, in Eldoret, in Nakuru, in Naivasha, in Thika, of course in Sagana, and in Dongokundu. And our plan there is to attract greater foreign direct investment, stimulate industrialization, and expand regional trade. Our affordable housing program, as I have said, has gone beyond transforming urban areas and has created jobs now standing at close to 600,000 and ring-fenced billions of shillings for Jua Kali sector in the manufacturing sector. And to accelerate digital commerce, we are building 100,000 kilometers of digital superhighway, expanding connectivity, and enabling commerce to thrive. Public Wi-Fi will reach markets in villages and digital hubs, which will establish in at least each of the 1,450 wards, including those in Nairobi and elsewhere. And we are already 30% into that program. We have already done 30,000 kilometers of digital superhighway. We have also, as you know, digitized government services. 23,000 government services today are available on e-Citizen. And we have streamlined access, reduced costs, eliminated inefficiencies, and simplified business registration to spur entrepreneurship. You heard the governor of Nairobi saying how it is easy today to register your company, look for your license from the comfort of your phone, wherever you may be. We are investing in the entrepreneurs of tomorrow in the process that I have explained to you under our Nyota program. We are looking at tapping into regional markets, but as a region, we must elevate this trade fair by fully leveraging the continental framework, including the Africa Continental Free Trade Area. I'm very happy that our friend Wamkele Mene, the Secretary General of ACFTA, was here to share with us the perspectives from a continental platform. I am very confident that the ACFTA protocol on women and youth in trade must be fully domesticated across partner states to ensure inclusion in economic opportunity. I commend the insight shared yesterday by ACFTA Secretary General. Today, in conclusion, ladies and gentlemen, we also celebrate the establishment of the International Trade Center Regional Hub here in Nairobi. We express our very, very sincere gratitude to the Executive Director, Pamela Cook-Hamilton, and the larger UN nation system for this gesture. This milestone is not Kenya's alone. It belongs to East Africa, bringing global markets within closer reach to our producers and our value chains. As I conclude, I wish to reaffirm the commitment of the East African heads of state to resolve persistent non-tariff barriers that continue to constrain border trade, and this trade fair offers an invaluable opportunity to elevate these realities ahead of the upcoming East African Community Summit. I want to commend all the exhibitors who have come to Kenya, all the Kenyans who are participating in this trade fair, and all the friends who have come to support us and work with us and work with our micro, small, and medium enterprises, all the agencies that are part of the small and medium enterprise system. You have our commitment, you have our support. We have a whole of government interest in making sure that we elevate this sector, because it is a sector that drives our economy. It is a sector that creates jobs. It's the sector that drives our product creation. And you have our support in every way. Thank you very much, and thank you again for your kind attention. Are we supposed to do something else? Finish?
Let's take our seats briefly, please. Your Excellency, with your permission, would like to have the honor of you gifting a few awards that have been won. So allow me to invite the CS, CS Oparanya, PS Mangeni. The CS is present, both CSs. Let me also have PS Mangeni, Ms. Zainab, and Madam Cook-Hamilton to join His Excellency for the award ceremony. And we'll start with the awards. The first award, or rather the first three awards, are Women in Trade Awards. And the first one goes to Prudence Vkonika Busije from Uganda. If we can give a round of applause, please. The name of the company is Roma Company Limited. Roma Company Limited, that deals with Bella Wines. Bella Wines. A round of applause, please. You may proceed to the other side and stand on the side. We'll take a photo later, so right to the end. The next one is Elizabeth Ngina Musia from Kenya, Shalom Pride Collection, an exporter of textile. And the third one is Nadia Umwahoro from Rwanda, represented by Ufro Mugeni Company, Data Systems Rwanda. The next one is Dative Uwimwana from Burundi, from Ikaze Ventures Limited, the provider of tourism packaging and tour services. So if we can have a group photo of those awardees first, before we go to the last set of awards. If the awardees can come for a group photo before we proceed to the other awards. Wonderful. You may take your seats. The awardees may take their seats. The next awards that we're going to have done is East Africa Awards. And the company of the year is Thomas & Company Limited. Thomas & Company Limited, and the person to collect it is Namubetsi Sylvia from Uganda. A round of applause for Sylvia on behalf of Thomas & Company Limited. Product of the year, Your Excellency, is Health Classic, and Daniel Okaka from Kenya is going to collect it. Please stand on the side for a side photo later. Then the last award today is Service of the Year, Eagles Air Limited, and it's collected by Sarah Kansime from Uganda, all the way from Uganda. If the awardees can then come for a group photo. Thank you. Your Excellency, before we wind up, there's also a gift for you, and this is from the International Trade Center. Apparently for the ICT, the ICT office by ITC. Okay. From ITC. There you go. Thank you, Excellency. I'll request that we all then proceed to our seats, accept His Excellency for the anthem. His Excellency will be left on stage. While the rest of us, please, let's be upstanding as we wind up with the national anthem, followed by the East African anthem, this being an EAC event. The national anthem. And that brings us to the end of this session. I request that we all maintain our positions as we allow His Excellency to exit at his pleasure.